You wake up early, work hard, follow the rules, struggle to survive, to keep going, to pay the bills, and maybe, one day, have something left over to truly live. But still, the numbers don't add up. Still, it feels like money slips through your hands like water. You look around and quietly ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? Most people live exactly like this, trapped in a silent, invisible cycle. Effort without reward, struggle without harvest, sacrifice without return. Meanwhile, a few, an almost unbelievable minority, seem to attract wealth effortlessly, as if the universe opens doors only for them, as if things just work out, while for you, every step feels like a battle. And then comes the inevitable question, what do they know that you don't? What do they do differently, even when it doesn't seem like they're trying as hard as you? The truth can hurt, but it can also set you free. The problem isn't your willpower. The solution isn't working harder, running faster, or suffering more. The truth lies somewhere else, a place almost no one dares to look. Because this truth is uncomfortable. It tears down what you were taught. It reveals that the reason for your scarcity isn't outside of you. It's inside. In this video, you will understand what keeps you trapped in this repetitive cycle of struggle and frustration. And you'll discover how to reprogram your mind to finally open the doors to true wealth, the kind that comes from the inside out. Prosperity, abundance, freedom. And if this resonates with you, if somewhere inside you, something has awakened from these words, subscribe to the channel now, because here you'll learn how to change not just your results, but your consciousness. I'm Noah Smith, and my mission is to show you what no one ever had the courage to say. Now, let's walk this journey together. Because you weren't born to live in scarcity. You were born to flourish. The big lie. From an early age, you were told that you needed to work hard to succeed in life. That money is hard to get, that life is tough, and that money changes people. These phrases have been programming your mind. But here's a detail no one told you. Millions of people work hard every day and remain poor. The equation, effort equals wealth, doesn't work for most. Do you know why? Because the world doesn't respond to what you do. It responds to the internal state you vibrate while doing it. You can work 16 hours a day with fear, anxiety, and guilt, and still be stuck. But someone who acts with confidence, clarity, and a sense of deserving can become wealthy doing less. What attracts wealth isn't just external action, but the internal consciousness with which you live. This is the big lie. That effort alone is enough. The truth. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you believe is possible for you. And if deep down you think you don't deserve it, that having too much is wrong, or that you need to suffer to win, guess what? Your life will reflect exactly that. The invisible prison of scarcity. There is a prison you can't see, but it silently follows you. It's called scarcity conditioning. You were taught to fear money, to associate it with suffering, greed, and conflict. You heard that being rich is dangerous, that having a lot is wrong, and that wanting abundance is selfish. And even if you say today, I want to be rich, deep inside, something in you responds, but can I really? Is it right? This internal conflict creates a vibration of resistance, and the universe doesn't deliver abundance to those who vibrate fear of their own abundance. Your subconscious mind governs 95% of your life. It makes decisions for you, attracts situations for you, sabotages or accelerates your paths based on what it believes. That's why, if you want to change your financial reality, it's not enough to change just your external routine. You need to change the internal frequency that sustains your life. And that starts with awareness. The trap of self-sabotage. Have you ever noticed how sometimes money does show up? Maybe an unexpected bonus at work, a new client out of nowhere, or a promising opportunity that seemed to open doors to a better future. But then, almost suddenly, something happens. An unexpected expense, an emergency that appears out of nowhere, a mistake, a loss, and the money just slips through your hands like fine sand you try to hold but can't. This is no coincidence. This is the trap of self-sabotage. Self-sabotage is subtle, almost invisible. It doesn't show itself aggressively or explicitly, but disguises itself as bad luck, unforeseen events, or harsh reality. Deep down, it's your mind trying to protect you, even if misguidedly, from something it perceives as dangerous, leaving the familiar territory behind. No matter how painful scarcity is, it is known and comfortable as much as possible. It's a place where your mind feels safe because the human brain naturally prioritizes predictability and security, even if it means remaining trapped in a cycle of suffering and limitation. You may consciously want to prosper, want to change your life, earn more money, have more comfort and freedom. But if deep down, at your core, you still believe you don't deserve it, that you don't know how to handle money, that being rich is lonely, dangerous, or wrong, your subconscious will quietly sabotage any real attempt to grow. It's like trying to drive a car with the parking brake on. You press the accelerator, feel the engine work, sweat, insist, push yourself. But the car doesn't move. Effort alone isn't enough to overcome what's holding you back. And the worst part? You blame yourself. You think you're doing something wrong, that you're not good enough, not capable, not lucky. But the deeper truth is different. The problem isn't your willpower or effort. It's an invisible programming, an automatic mental pattern, controlling your life without you realizing it. Now here's the good news. This can be changed. True freedom begins the moment you realize you're not lazy, incompetent, or unlucky. You're not a lost cause. You're simply trapped in a mental cycle, a conditioning that taught you, since you were little, that wealth is not for you. But it is. You don't need to work harder, kill yourself with effort, or suffer more. You need liberation. Liberate yourself from limiting beliefs that life has to be a constant struggle, that you must suffer to deserve, that being rich is sinful, selfish, or risky. You were conditioned to think wealth is for others, for some special people. But the truth is, you were born to live in abundance. You are a child of the same universe that created gold, oceans, and stars. Scarcity is not natural. It was taught to you, passed down as an invisible inheritance, and everything that was taught can be unlearned. How to reprogram your mind for wealth. Reprogramming your mind for wealth isn't magic, nor a leap of faith or a quick fix. It's a process, and it starts with something simple, but requires courage and honesty. Awareness. You need to stop. Stop and look inside yourself, without filters, without judgment. Just observe what's there, your beliefs, your fears, your doubts. Sit with yourself. Grab paper and pen. Ask sincere questions to your heart. What did I hear about money when I was a child? What did my parents, family, or friends say about rich people? Do I feel uncomfortable just imagining having a lot of money? Does part of me believe that if I get rich, I will lose important people, be rejected, or change too much? These answers hold enormous power. Because naming your beliefs, bringing what's hidden into the light, is the first step to freeing yourself from them. Everything unconscious silently governs your life like autopilot. But when you bring these beliefs into conscious awareness, you take control of your mind. You stop being controlled by them and become the creator of your reality. Now comes the next step. Replace those limiting beliefs with new seeds, beliefs that strengthen and elevate you. Affirmations are the bridge between who you are today and who you are becoming. But remember, it's not enough to repeat words mechanically like a robot. The real power of affirmations lies in the feeling they awaken inside you. When you say, for example, "I deserve a full, abundant, and easy life," let that phrase resonate in every cell of your body. Imagine your life that way. Breathe that reality as if it were already real. Live that emotion. Here are some powerful affirmations to start using daily. I open myself to the unlimited flow of prosperity. It is safe for me to be rich. I am guided by abundance in everything I do. Money loves me and flows to me easily. Every day, I become more aligned with the universe's prosperity. But remember, affirming is only part of the journey. You also need to act as if you are already prosperous. This doesn't mean going out and spending what you don't have or living beyond your means. It means living with an abundance mindset. Being grateful for what you already have. Stopping complaints about lack. Being generous even with little. Acting with dignity, presence, and confidence. Act like someone who already knows life will provide. Abundance responds to trust. When you truly trust, deep down, the universe responds with synchronicity. Opportunities arise, doors open, the right people appear. Not because you forced it or tried to control everything, but because you aligned yourself with the frequency of prosperity. It's like tuning a radio dial. When you tune into the frequency of prosperity, you begin to hear and live a different reality. This process doesn't happen overnight. It's a new lifestyle, an internal change that grows stronger day by day. And little by little, you realize something transformative. Money doesn't come because you're desperate for it. It comes because you became someone who vibrates abundance. And this new version of you not only attracts wealth, it expands, it shares, it transforms the world around you. Abundance is a state of being. You didn't come into this world to live in scarcity. That is neither your origin nor your destiny. Life, by its very nature, is abundant. If you look at nature, at the universe, you will see that scarcity simply doesn't exist there. Nature never lacks. Trees bloom in profusion, rivers flow endlessly, fields stretch infinitely, always growing, always sharing. And you are part of this very same flow, this same vibrant and generous energy that pulses through the universe. Yet many live disconnected from this natural flow, trapped in a cycle of fear, anxiety, and constant comparison with others. These feelings create an invisible barrier that blocks access to abundance. Abundance is not something that starts outside. It's not a bigger salary, an unexpected inheritance, or a lucky break that changes your life overnight. True abundance begins within you, in your mind, your heart, your state of being. When you align internally with the truth that you are already prosperous, when your mind, emotions, and spirit vibrate at the frequency of prosperity, the world around you begins to respond to that energy. Doors open, opportunities appear, and money, this subtle energy, starts to flow. Money, after all, is energy, and energy responds to vibrational frequency. The more you raise your inner vibration through thoughts, feelings, and beliefs aligned with prosperity, the more you access this natural flow of abundance. It's not a matter of deserving. The idea of deserving can even block you because it implies you need to earn or be good enough to receive. But the truth is that abundance is about tuning in. You need to tune yourself to the frequency of prosperity for it to manifest in your life. When you live in harmony with this frequency, money ceases to be a problem, a struggle, or a worry. It becomes a natural consequence of your state of being, a reflection of your internal alignment. So, the invitation I offer you today is this: observe your inner world. What frequency are you emitting? Are you vibrating fear, scarcity, and doubt? Or are you open to abundance, trust, and gratitude? Abundance is a state of being. And when you choose to live from it, everything in your world begins to change. You've worked so hard. You gave your best. But maybe you did everything